some of the breaking news from this game, right, was that Bo Nix actually broke his ankle and he's not going to be available for the rest of the playoffs. So this is simple. How much do we trust the Denver Broncos without Bo Nix?
So this is one of those situations where I want to say this as respectfully as I can to Bo. The structure that is around them, the coaching, how good this defense is, how good their special teams is, how good the running game is, their top three offensive line. I believe that Jarrett Stidham with Sean Payton gives them a pretty good shot
Hmm.
no matter what. Bo Nix was not doing anything spectacular. He was good, but he wasn't great. Stidham is going to be an unknown, which if you're preparing, right, if you're the Patriots and you're preparing for this is almost a disadvantage to some degree because you don't have tape on what this is going to look like offensively to prepare. There's a lot of uncertainties, even though they obviously know him very well as he was their chosen guy at one point for the Patriots organization. But it's just this whole story is weird to me, Keith. Like I just I was sitting there. We get a text in our text thread between myself, you, and Jamie. Shout out to our boy Jamie Eisner. And I looked at the news and I went, huh? Like when did that even happen? Like I gotta go back and watch the game. It was just I feel so bad for Bo because what a terrible way for this season
To
to kind
end.
of end for him. I just it feels very unfair for him individually. If this team does go win, it kind of feels like the Carson Wentz situation with the Eagles, right? Where
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
had
yeah.
this whole season go by, you get your team to this position, you're the man, and then somebody Wally pips you, and then gets if they go win a Super Bowl, who's gonna get the credit? It ain't gonna be Bo Nix, right? It won't, and that's a really hard thing to think about. And Nick Foles made a joke about it that the Patriots never don't have a good history of facing backup quarterbacks because obviously it was Nick Foles that beat the Patriots as a backup a long time ago. But yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup with Jarrett Stidham, and I just feel bad for Bo Nix, Keith.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the fate is not even about being in Jarrett Stidham, right? It's about what
Sean
Sean Payton
Payton.
is going to call. And I guarantee you, Sean Payton is deep in the history books of NFL play calling, and he's going to
100%.
call any and whatever, right? Get ready for Wildcat, Wild Bronco, get ready for five wide receiver sets, get ready for there to be three, four tight
Yeah.
ends on the football field, get ready for there to potentially be no quarterbacks on the football field, right? Like he's going to call and and honestly, the scary part is this is one of the most comfortable parts in being a play caller because you have no pressure on you. You can
Yep.
call whatever the hell you want to, and
Hmm.
then the fans can't get mad because they'll be like, you know what? We don't have our starting quarterback, right? You're
Correct.
supposed to do those things. So get ready for all of the trick plays, the halfback passes, the double wide receiver reverses, the screens. Get ready for everything. And like you said, the advantage may go to the Denver Broncos in this situation because the Patriots have nothing to game plan on.
So I was texting with Bruce Arians right before I got to the show, and I asked him, obviously, there's some of those old school. Sean's one of these old school offensive minds, right? Like,
Mhm.
what would you be thinking? This happened when I was covering the Cardinals. Carson Palmer tore his ACL, and they had a similar situation happen where Drew Stanton had to come in and play quarterback, and then they ended up Drew Stanton got hurt, and they had to go to their third string quarterback. It was a terrible situation for Arizona Cardinal fans, who I'm pretty sure are still grieving that entire postseason run that they never had. But I asked Bruce about this, and I said, what is your thinking as you're going into this? Like, what's the approach? And he just said, listen, when you have the confidence in yourself as a play caller, like Sean does, like Bruce did, this is the type of situation like you talked about, where it's almost like, yeah, I'm gonna get in the lab. Like this
Yeah, this is
is
gonna be
this is
fun. It's
yeah,
fun.
exactly. Because the pressure's off, right? This gives you an opportunity to really flex your muscles because if they do win this game, he's getting all of the credit. Sean's going to get
Mhm.
all of the credit. And so from a ego standpoint, from a offensive standpoint, this is like, yeah, I want this. I want this challenge for myself. And I expect, like you said, to see some pretty interesting and creative calls from the Broncos. And obviously, it's obviously to their benefit that they're going to be playing at home as well. So I think Sean Payton's going to have fun this week preparing for this game, knowing that he's got obviously he wants Bo Nix in there. But this is a different challenge from a coaching perspective, and I expect Sean to be able to prepare the team quite well to face the Patriots.